Hey guys, my name is Jeremy Merkin, and I've been involved in the playing and the organization and promotion of Sepaktakraw within the United States since around 2006. Today I have a little story for you, and I'm going to tell this story through a combination of words and pictures, so I hope you enjoy it. I started playing Sepaktakraw in 2006 in Oakland, California, learning from the local Lao population who'd been playing for about 20 to 25 years. In 2010, I started traveling up to Sacramento because I decided I wanted to be better at this sport and I wanted to learn from some of the best players in the United States. I got a chance to meet the captain of the USA national team. A couple of friends of mine in 2011 submitted applications to join the US national team, thinking that it was a long shot, and somehow our applications got accepted and we started training. My friend and I, along with the captain of the US national team, ended up competing for 2.5 years overseas in places like Thailand, India, and Indonesia. And at one point we pulled off probably one of the most major upsets that the international Takraw community had ever seen, and we ended up being able to face Thailand in a televised match that went out to more than 100 million people across 60 countries in Europe and Asia. Pretty amazing stuff. So it was around that time when I was in Asia that I started to notice this major difference between the energy and the money that was being poured into the growth and promotion of Sepaktakraw in Asia as compared to what was happening here in the United States. And when I returned to the United States, I realized that, I hadn't really traveled around the United States to play, and I didn't really know the way things worked here. So I decided to spend some money and some time traveling to all the different competitions that I could within the United States and meeting those players, meeting the organizers of the tournaments, and competing and getting to know those people and learning their stories. And it was eye-opening. Pretty much everywhere I went, they said the same thing. They said, oh, Sepaktakraw, if you came 3 years ago, we would have had 3 times as many teams. So many players we used to have, but, these days people have moved on. They're just not really playing that much anymore. We don't have young players. It's, we're holding it down, but it's not like it used to be. And we don't know who we're going to pass the torch to when we're done playing. So, I was pretty shocked and, of course, saddened when hearing that information because, I was just getting into the sport. I was young and energetic, and I really wanted to go places through Sepaktakraw. And I realized that if I didn't do something, that Sepaktakraw was going to basically fizzle out and die here in the United States. Luckily, I wasn't the only person thinking those thoughts. In 2014, these 4 gentlemen from Minnesota, former players of Sepaktakraw, decided to form a nonprofit incorporation called Sepaktakraw of USA, Inc. And the mission of this organization was to promote and grow Sepaktakraw here within the United States. And when I found out about the work that they were doing, I immediately contacted them and I asked to be a part of their organization. Not long after, they accepted me as a board member, and we've been working together ever since. Currently, our organization provides educational opportunities and programs in schools and in communities. We provide low-cost equipment to the players around the United States. We educate, we host events, we host tournaments and exhibitions. We even got members of Malaysian team, the Malaysian, MAS Sepaktakraw Club from Malaysia Airlines, to come to the United States. It was the first time in 15 or 20 years that international players, an international team, had come to the United States to play Sepaktakraw. And together we performed assemblies at 3 different schools across 2 different states. So really cool stuff. So we have this mission, right, to grow and promote Sepaktakraw. And one of the things that we're interested in doing is not only organize the way that Sepaktakraw is played in the United States, but also to make the game more professional. And let me show you what I mean by this. So this is one of the best tournaments in the United States. This is a shot from the July 4th tournament in Minnesota. And historically, this has been the highest level of competition at the United States tournament scene. They've had, 7 to 10 really top quality teams and maybe 15 to 20 teams overall. But as you can see, they're playing outside. There are no places for fans to sit. It's on grass. It's not unsafe. It's the way that we're used to playing in the United States. But that doesn't lend itself well to gaining sponsorship and media attention. It doesn't look professional, right? It just looks like people got together and they set up a makeshift net and now they're playing this game. We don't want Sepaktakraw to be thought of as a game. We want it to be thought of as a sport that's worthy of media attention and sponsorship. What we want is to turn Sepaktakraw into something that looks a little bit more like this. So this is a clip, it's a shot from an ISTAF Super Series tournament. This was probably in Malaysia. And as you can see, there are fans in the background. There is a legitimate court with a professional net setup. This is the kind of setup that a company is willing to put some money into. And this is the kind of setup that can attract media attention, can make it onto TV. So what we're going to try to do is raise the funds in order to import a professional Sepaktakraw court from Bangkok, Thailand to the United States. Now this summer, I traveled to Thailand to talk to the executives at Marathon Thailand, which is the premier sports equipment manufacturer for the sport of Sepaktakraw. And they've already agreed to donate a court to our organization, to Sepaktakraw of USA Inc., as long as we can come up with the funds to transport the equipment by shipping container to the United States and then transport it within the United States as we would like to do with it. So whatever we want to do, we can do. We just got to pay for the shipping. This is the court that they're willing to donate to us. And so this is why I'm here today talking to you. I need to raise $3,000 with your help to bring this equipment into the United States. I know it's possible. Right now, we have raised approximately $1,700 towards our goal of $3,000. So we're already about 60% of the way. That's good news. But we need your help because we're not quite there yet. So let me give you a couple quick reasons why I think you should donate. First, you might be a Takraw player, or you think you're a Takraw player, but you've never actually even competed or played on a professional Takraw court because we don't have any in the United States. How about that? Or how about this? Maybe you're already on the US national team, but you're training on grass, while all the other teams in the world are training on professional courts with professional equipment where we don't just take a guess at where the service circle is or how high the net should be, but those things are actually marked because they're using professional courts. How can you expect to beat the best players in the world when they've got access to the best coaches and real training regimens and professional equipment when we're playing in our own backyard and we're guessing at where we're supposed to serve from? I mean, it just can't happen. So another reason is that this court is not going to belong to me. It's not going to belong to one club. This court will be owned by Sepaktakraw of USA Inc., whose goal is to support the entire Takraw community around the United States. That means we're going to be using this court to host many different kinds of tournaments, many different kinds of events, clinics, workshops, exhibitions, and anybody who wants to can participate in these events. In fact, we hope that you'll participate in these events because we think that they're going to be televised, and we would like you to have that opportunity to gain sponsorship and promotion for your Takraw club wherever it's located, whether that be in Boise, Idaho, or Texas, whatever. having this court within the United States is definitely going to increase the chances that we get the proper attention and promotion for Sepaktakraw within the United States. We've already got a premium venue in Portland, Oregon that's willing to host this equipment for us on a yearly basis and give us time throughout the year to host these events and workshops in order to grow the sport and present it in a professional manner. And believe me, the place that we've picked out is super cool. It looks like this. It's called Rose City Futsal, and it's a huge facility. It holds three futsal courts. It's got a restaurant and bar inside. It's got thousands of people who go into and out of Rose City each week. They're paying members. And the community within Portland, Oregon really is a top-notch city in terms of supporting foot sports. So I really think this is the right place for us to be spending our efforts and our time in promoting Sepaktakraw. I know that they've got a built-in fan base already. There are players of Sepaktakraw in Portland and in the surrounding cities, so I'm thinking that's where we should take it. So this is what it looks like inside. Plenty of space, good lighting. It's going to look really cool. And in order for us to pull this off, it can't just be me. I can't do this alone. Sepaktakraw USA cannot do this alone. We need the entire community to come together. That means current players, former players, friends of players, players' families, people who know that Takraw exists. We need everybody. We need the support of everyone. Even if you can only chip in $3, no problem, because $3 from 40 different people, that's $120. And that's better than zero. So listen, if you can find some cash in your piggy bank or in your pocket that you don't need, if you can put down that Corona for one weekend and put that money towards our campaign, it'll really help us get towards our goal of $3,000. So the website for our crowdfunding campaign is www.youcaring.com. All you have to do is search for Sepaktakraw, or just type in Takraw to the search function, Takraw. You'll quickly find a picture that looks just like this, and that's how you know you're at the right campaign. It's called, I believe, Help Us Import a Court. And I appreciate your time. If you manage to watch all 13 minutes of this video, send me an email at jeremy.merkin@gmail.com and I'll send you a Takraw keychain. Peace.